right, we're going to start something a little different, a little new. We're going to go over principles of fighting, okay? But remember, your training shouldn't be only practiced on the floor, okay? Your martial arts training, you should definitely be able to take outside into the world and use it, right? That doesn't mean I'm out there starting fights with people, but I'm talking about using these principles in ways that help you just be a good human, right? And that's, generally what when it comes down to it, your martial arts training should be doing that, right? I don't know how many fights you guys get into. Maybe you get in a lot of fights, but most of us train martial arts just to be happy, become better, right? And in turn, as we get better, we just become better humans out there. So we're going to use some of our time from time to time. We're going to use some of our time from time to time to talk about principles and how you can use them in everyday life. Okay, so first, what is a principle? Think about it as a fundamental truth, okay? A universal law, okay? Something that's been tested, tried and true, that you can count on, right? Pretty simple. And here's the first one we're going to share today. Setups. The principle of setups. Now, this is how I think about this. You take a new person that's been training for a while. They're just learning the techniques, the moves, right? Whatever it is. But they haven't quite thought about strategy, how to set up an attack, right? So think about setups as the way something is planned, okay? How do you set up that hook? How do you set up that right cross, right? Well, you can fake, you can take certain angles, setting yourself up for success, okay? For an example would be, I could set up my opponent, let them think I'm tired, but I'm really not, right? You can use your voice, right? Get into somebody's head. Fighters are really good at this. They're setting up their opponent to be emotional. Start calling them names, blah, blah, blah. You like that stuff, right? Set yourself up with speed. Maybe I'm sparring with somebody and I'm going a certain pace. I'm making them think this is where I live, and then boom, get a little bit faster. I think you get the idea, right? Setups. Setting yourself up for success, okay? Now, again, we don't want to just practice our principles on the floor, right? On the training floor. We got to use it out there. So think about how the fundamental truth of setups, setting something up, can help you be more successful, right? For example, are you training in the morning? Set yourself up by getting some good rest, right? Are you trying to get that big promotion at that lovely job? Well, how are you setting yourself up to do it? Are you talking smack to your boss? That's what I used to do. Or are you being up front, getting your ideas heard, right? Getting stuff done. Things like this, okay? For instance, here's another example. Most of us that have been running gyms had a real tough time during COVID, right? A lot of us didn't make it, okay? Those of us that did had to set ourselves up to make it happen, right? So just when you think about this, we're going to be doing more of these, but a principle, it's a fundamental truth, a fundamental law, something that's been tested, tried and true, that you can count on. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be successful every time. Every time you set yourself up doesn't mean you're going to be successful, but you can live within that world and make it happen. Okay? So, fighting principle, setups, the way something is planned, set yourself up, y'all.